So there's been an update since I recorded this video yesterday. This morning, Brian Laundrie's parents, Chris and Roberta, went to the Carlton Reserve. They shut it back off to the public. It was open yesterday, now it's shut back down. And according to the attorney, they have found an article of clothing belonging to Brian today. So not sure how they magically found it because Chris and Roberta are out there. Like, do they know something? I don't know. Everything else I could say right now is speculation, but I wanted to do that update first because that's like the biggest piece of news we've gotten in forever. So yeah, they found an article of clothing according to the attorney, not the police. So I'm going to put in the clip of the actual news so you can listen to what they had to say, and then we'll get into this video.
Stephen Bertolino, the attorney for the Laundrie family, to find out what is happening. Why did law enforcement close the Myakkahatchee Environmental Creek Park again today after just reopening it yesterday? And he sent a lot of information, and this is significant. I will read you the text. He says, quote, Chris and Roberta Laundrie went to the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park this morning to search for Brian. The FBI and Northport PD were informed last night of Brian's parents' intentions, and they met Chris and Roberta there this morning. So that explains why we are seeing law enforcement back at the scene. But listen to this. The attorney continued saying, quote, after a brief search off the trail that Brian frequented, some articles belonging to Brian were found. That is significant. That is the first time. This is a search that has been going on for more than a month, and now for the first time, according to the Laundrie family attorney, we have just confirmed that some articles of, let me pull up the articles belonging to Brian were found. As of now, he continues, law enforcement is conducting a more thorough investigation of the area. JB, I'm going to let you take it over so I can get this on social.
Yeah, this is, now I want to...
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new here. So today I wanted to do a video talking about some updates with the Brian Laundrie search manhunt and the Gabby Petito case. So yeah, these are all just like random updates that you might miss if you're not following it as insane and obsessively as I am. So yeah, I just wanted to share here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I am 7 months pregnant and I am bloated and I have gained a lot of weight, so I probably look different than you're used to seeing me, and none of my clothes fit, but for some reason I refuse to buy maternity clothes, so bear with me. So first random update is that Chris Laundrie, Brian's dad, is being sued. Someone put a sign in his yard that said, what if it was Cassie? As in, what if Gabby was Cassie and Cassie is his daughter? So that's what the sign said, and he went out into his yard, grabbed the sign and took it inside and most likely threw it away. But the person literally went and got an attorney, or went to the courthouse, maybe they're an attorney themselves, and filed to sue them. So next Wednesday at I think 9:45 a.m., 9:30 a.m. on December 1st, which is a Wednesday, Chris has to go to court via Zoom and have this case because he's being sued for literally $40. And I feel like obviously it isn't about the money. This person's not doing it because they want $40. And I saw their sign. Their sign was probably $4 worth of materials. But yeah, they're doing it probably to make a point, to make him have to say something, like respond to something. But because it's only $40, if you don't show up to court, you automatically lose. Like, the person who's suing wins the judgment, so that means that if he doesn't show up to court, he has to pay $40. And I feel like I would just pay the $40 if I was going through everything they were and not show up to court, but that's just me. Anyway, so the next thing is, so I'm really sorry if the TV in there is too loud. I hope it doesn't pick up too bad, but if it's off, my husband can hear everything I'm saying and it gives me anxiety. So yeah, I'm really sorry. I need to buy a microphone and like soundproof this room. But anyway, so not only are people leaving signs for the Laundries to remove, but people are going to like old properties that the Laundries owned. So this is at a previous property that they had lived in years ago. Someone that lives there now put up a note on their door because they were being harassed so much. And the note says, "I am the new owner. I have never met the Laundries. They were not at the closing. Please respect my privacy and do not disturb me. No trespassing." So this poor person who has absolutely nothing to do with any of this is getting so many knocks on their door that they felt the need to put a sign up that says like, "I don't know the Laundries, like stop talking to me." So one of my proudest like the update that makes me kind of like the happiest is that, I mean, this is not something positive, also a little negative, is that a couple, boyfriend and girlfriend, in the Appalachian or on the Appalachian Trail in a hotel were ambushed by FBI because they thought that the boyfriend in the room was Brian. It's not Brian. And I'm sure that was traumatizing for them, and I'm sorry for that experience as far as they go. But that shows that the FBI is not wasting all their time in the Carlton Reserve, that they're actually looking otherwhere and accepting tips and actually following through with them. And like, yeah, it wasn't Brian and that sucks, but it shows that if they think that a lead is a good lead, they're gonna go follow it and they're gonna try to get him. So that made me really happy. And also the Carlton Reserve is now open to the public, and it hasn't been for weeks while they've been wasting $2 million searching it, which, by the way, the money that they have spent searching the Carlton Reserve, they could have put Brian in prison for 41 years for the same amount of money. So yeah, so this is so dumb, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Today, the Laundries, the mom and the dad of Brian, they went to Walmart, FedEx, and AT&T. The AT&T one kind of raised up some red flags for people, like, what are you doing at AT&T? But they could need new phones. Maybe their phone broke. Maybe they're canceling the plan that they got Brian. Like, I have no idea what they're doing there. But people were like, they're at AT&T. If I was gonna buy a burner phone and try to be sneaky, I would go to like Walmart and pay in cash and wear my face mask, you know, like not go to AT&T when the world is following you. That just seems like dumb. So I feel like it's not that big of a deal, but I wanted to give that update because I wrote it down. Also, Brian, we found, Twitter found his Google reviews. Well, one of his Google reviews were posted, and I went through and figured out all of his Google reviews, and the man is a troll, okay? He is a troll. Let me, like, there's like a lot of them, so I'm not gonna read all of them, but I'll show you guys a few. Okay, so here's a review that he left for a place called the Float Place Pachogo. I don't really know how to say it, but it's in New York, and he said, this is like his review on Google, like public Google post. He said, "They take advantage of the weak-minded. Sounds incredible when they're describing it, but when you go through the doors, it's far from magical. The concept is great, but failed in execution. Doesn't feel like floating. Then you can touch the walls on both sides of you. While floating, the only thing in my mind is who the heck was floating in here before me, sweating and shedding skin cells. Would you want to take a bath in your neighbor's bathtub? How about a communal bath that the whole neighborhood uses? Waste of time and money. Go for a walk or read a book. There are other ways to relax." Which is such a stupid review in itself. But then the owners of the company responded to him and they were like, "Do you frequently leave reviews for places you've never visited?" And then explain how what he's saying isn't right and that, you know, he should go troll somewhere else. But it doesn't end there. Every single review that he has posted is trolling. Every single one of them. Like, even the ones where he's kind of nice about it, like, he is trolling. So I'll just like post, you can stop it if you want to read it. Okay, and now the last like update I wanted to share is a mother and daughter who are insane. I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to be mean, but what they're saying is insane. That claim to know Chris's mother, Roberta, and yeah, so I'm gonna read you what the mother posted on her Facebook first, and then I'll read you what the daughter said. So here's the mother. "My daughter has been friends with Roberta and the Laundrie family since she and Roberta worked together for Suffolk County, New York. They remained friends after the Laundries moved out to Florida. Years ago, Roberta adored my daughter so much she wanted my daughter and Brian to get together. My daughter felt he was just too young for her, as he was around 19 when she was turning 30. Life went on. Eventually, Roberta began expressing to my daughter that there were just too many problems with Gabby. Not having gainful employment, sleeping all day, drinking, smoking herb, not being grateful for meals, not helping around the house, etc. My daughter tried being supportive of Roberta, working on having patience and understanding with Gabby. Roberta seemed relieved for a little break when they began their van life adventure this past June. Clearly, something went sourly wrong along the way. If anything, I've learned not to jump onto any bandwagons until the truth is revealed. We truly do not know anything yet. Roberta has not corresponded back to any of my daughter's text messages. I hope the truth reveals itself sooner than later, but there's always but no, there's always more to the story than what the media reports. It's really a tragedy. I'm shocked by the entire story, but more shocked that this is the same family my daughter thought the world of, and now this. None of us, including the speculative media, can really feel any way about it until the truth actually comes out, and it always does. So that's what she said. And now this is what her daughter said. It's hard too because I know Brian, he's really nice, and his mother is an absolute gem. I worked with Roberta. She crocheted me a poncho. She's given me so much advice throughout my life with her, and we've remained close friends since then, and it breaks my heart to see families go through such horrible things and the entire world is gawking and throwing their 2 cents in and making fun of them like we're in elementary school, and nobody taught each other to be kind to one another. I think the hardest thing is all the people acting like they know what happened before any information got out and talking horrible things about Brian and his family. There was another murder not far from there around the same time, but there was no big press on that. What I do know is that Gabby has a laundry list of mental health issues, financial irresponsibilities, and other issues, and Brian and his family have been so supportive through the years. She lived in their home rent-free, both with the sister of Brian and with the parents at different times. I spoke with Roberta at length about some of the situations that had occurred in the house while they were all living there. It did not sound easy. The fact that people are saying Brian stole her van and used her card when I know he poured in so much of his own savings for her to live her dream and to try and make her happy is heartbreaking. He's being treated like the scum of the earth, and now his parents are being treated like the parents of the scum of the earth because they're trying to do the right thing and protect him. And anyone who thinks they wouldn't do whatever they could for their child doesn't deserve children. The truth may never come out, the whole truth. And even if Gabby was murdered by someone else, if it turns out it was an accident or self-inflicted, Brian and his family will forever be hated, and even if he's completely proven without a doubt not to be the one responsible for her death, half the world thinks they know what happened based on a few news articles, and that is scary. So not only do the mother and the daughter try to like victim blame, Gabby has mental issues, Gabby's irresponsible, Gabby's ungrateful, whatever. Do any of those things justify like her being dead? Like, who sits there and talks ill about the dead, even if those things were true? Like, what is your point? Like, if Brian did it, like, she was awful, so it's fine. Like, it doesn't, what is your point? I honestly wish like we knew more information about them. I just wanted to read that because I just couldn't believe like the words coming out of their mouth. I don't believe what they're saying is true, but like I said, if it is, who cares? Who cares if she was irresponsible and ungrateful? It sounds like the mom didn't like her anyway, so why would I be all happy-dory grateful for this woman who's a B word to me? Like, it sounds like they might not have gotten along, and if that's the case, that's fine. Like, who cares if she was irresponsible? But she was able to buy a van and fund most of the trip when Brian said he didn't even have a phone. So like, was she really that irresponsible? Or did she just live her life as a 22-year-old and you just didn't like what she was spending her money on? Like, what is the actual case here? Anyway, that's basically it for today. I just hope we find Brian soon, and I hope we find him alive, because we all want answers, and imagine how badly you want the answer. Now imagine how bad her parents want the answers. Like, I cannot even begin to imagine like how they feel. So hopefully he's found soon, and I will come back with more updates and everything, and eventually when he is found and sentenced, we'll do a whole documentary video about this. It will happen. He can't hide forever, and I truly believe he is alive and probably in a home hidden away. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you watch the next video, and I'm sorry for the background noise. And yeah, here's my baby bump.